I'm Ed Smith with the Missouri Coalition for the Environment. Today I'm here to address a consumer protection law that Missouri's largest electric utility, Ameren, wants lawmakers to take away from us. Ameren wants to erode part of a 35-year-old consumer protection law that makes it illegal for them to charge ratepayers, like you and me, before a new power station is producing electricity. Why does Ameren want us to pay now instead of when their project is finished? The answer is simple. Ameren is pursuing nuclear power, which is the most costly form of electricity known to man today. Here's an example of what will happen if Ameren gets their way. This is Zoila. Zoila, how old are you?
6.
6? Now, if I asked you to give me $100 every month from now until you turn 16 for a car that I may or may not give to you, what would you say?
No, wait, that's crazy.
Even Zoila, who's 6 years old, understands that it's absolutely crazy to pay years in advance for something that is not a guarantee. Before 1976, utilities like Ameren could use construction work in progress charges to raise customers' electric bills before new projects were complete. That all changed when a woman named Kay Dry led a successful ballot initiative in 1976 that made construction work in progress charges, or CWIP, Quip, illegal.
We had a petition drive in 1976 to let people vote on whether we should have to pay in advance to build a nuclear power plant. And we put it on the ballot statewide and won, had a 2/3 majority saying people did not want to pay in advance for a nuclear power plant to be built until it was providing electricity. And so we got rid of construction work in progress payments.
Wall Street has not financed a nuclear reactor that has been completed since 1973. Yet Ameren wants to build a new nuclear reactor in central Missouri. With new nuclear reactors estimated to cost $9 billion or more, Ameren must obtain billions in federal taxpayer dollars and upfront rate hikes of 30 to 50% or more.
And then again, they tried this year to be able to charge ratepayers in advance. And again, we worked through the legislature and with various corporations and all, and we're successful in maintaining the law that we don't have to pay in advance. So again, Ameren UE announced it would not continue the effort to build a second reactor at Callaway. We have one, unfortunately.
In 2008, Ameren spent $75 million on a construction and operating license from the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. If approved, the license would have granted Ameren permission to build a nuclear reactor. Remember, Wall Street gave up on the nuclear industry back in 1973, and Missouri's no Quip Law makes it illegal for utilities like Ameren to charge customers until a power plant is producing electricity. In 2009, Ameren lobbied the state legislature for a full repeal of our no Quip Law. They failed, and Ameren shareholders absorbed the $75 million spent on the application. Thanks to our no-quip consumer protection law, plans to build a second nuclear reactor were suspended, at least temporarily. In 2011, Ameren adjusted their legislative tactics to slowly erode our no-quip consumer protection law, despite receiving $600 million since 2007 in rate hikes. Ameren's new strategy was to charge ratepayers $45 million for the costs of an early site permit, even though an early site permit is not even needed to build a nuclear reactor. Thankfully, this legislation failed, and our no-quip law still remains on the books. So here's the deal. Ameren's going to continue attacking our no-quip law. So what happens if they're successful pushing this through the state legislature? We get no new jobs, we get no new services, and no guarantee that a nuclear reactor will even be built. What we do get are higher electricity rates, and Ameren gets their foot in the door for a future full repeal of the no-quip law. If they get this full repeal, what's guaranteed to happen is our electric rates will double, and we may not even see 1 kilowatt of electricity. Be sure to call your state representative, state senator, and the governor, and let them all know that you do not want to be forced into investing in a risky nuclear project. Learn more by visiting noquip.org. That's www.nocwip.org.